Hello and welcome to the news on Zodiac. I am Robert Karua. The headlines. African Union condemns xenophobic attacks in South Africa. One Malawian reported killed as government moves in to evacuate Malawians from South Africa amid xenophobic attacks. Political analysts question CSO's tendency of giving government ultimatums on social and political issues. In sports, participation of Malawi beach soccer team in international tournament opens new opportunities. Thank you for joining us. The chairperson of the African Union Commission, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, has described the attacks of foreign nationals in the province of KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa as unacceptable. She has called for an immediate halt while expressing once again her deep concerns regarding the attacks on foreign nationals. Herself and Dr. Zuma said whatever challenges South Africa may be facing, no circumstances justify attacks on people, whether foreigners or locals. Charles Wahara with a report.
While calling for an immediate halt to the attacks, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma welcomed the interventions from the South African government, including the deployment of the Interministerial Committee to KwaZulu-Natal to engage with those affected with local communities. Dr. Zuma also welcomes the deployment of more police to provide protection and keep law and order. The AU Commission chairperson decried the incidents as particularly unfortunate as celebrations of Africa Month approaches. She says on May 25, they will remember the founding of the Organization of African Unity, which played such a critical role in mobilizing international solidarity for the end of apartheid. The AU Commission chairperson has appealed for dialogue in and amongst communities to address the challenges and find peaceful solutions.
Malawi is to repatriate its nationals from South Africa following an upsurge in xenophobic violence. At least 5 foreigners, including a 14-year-old boy, have been killed in attacks in South Africa, coastal city of Durban, since last week. Information Minister Kondwani Nankumwa says there are 420 on record, although the figure is likely to shoot. Details in this report.
Some foreign-owned shops in the main city of Johannesburg have been shut amid fears that the violence could spread. Zimbabwe has also condemned the attacks, blamed on locals who accuse foreigners of taking their jobs. Tens of thousands of foreigners, mostly from other African states and Asia, have moved to South Africa since the white minority rule ended in 1994. At least 62 people died in xenophobic attacks that swept South Africa in 2008. The government has ordered police to step up efforts to protect foreigners. Malawi is the only country which has so far decided to repatriate its citizens. Information Minister Kondwani Nankumwa said the first group would return home at the weekend. About 420 Malawians are reportedly living in refugee camps in Durban after fleeing violence, according to the minister. Reports indicate some Malawians in Durban have been killed, including one who was burned alive, reported the BBC.
Meanwhile, South Africans have been holding huge protest marches against xenophobia in the coastal city of Durban following the wave of attacks on foreigners. Organizers said about 10,000 people were expected in the city's biggest show of solidarity with foreigners. At least 5 people have been killed and foreign-owned shops looted in attacks since last week. The influential Zulu king has been accused of fueling the violence, charges he denies. The Child Justice Court has warned that unless Section 22 of the Marriage Act is amended, the new marriage law will not be effective, as it will be in conflict with the Supreme Law. Section 22 of the Marriage Act allows 15-year-old girls to get married with consent from parents, while the new law restricts the marriage age to 18. Magistrate Asmin Tembenu says the disparity will make it hard to convict offenders under the newly asserted bill, as some people may hide under the tendency of the old law. You're watching the news on Zodiac. I am Robert Karua. We've got more in a moment. Welcome back. As we proceed, a look at our main stories. African Union condemns xenophobic attacks in South Africa. One Malawian reported killed as government moves to evacuate Malawians from South Africa amid xenophobic attacks. Political analyst questions CSO's tendency of giving government ultimatums on social and political issues. And in sports, participation of Malawi beach soccer team in international tournament opens new opportunities. There is only 8 days remaining for government to respond to a civil society organization's petition on political and economic concerns, but government remains silent. But a political analyst has questioned the tendency of giving ultimatums to government, saying many leaders do not like to be pushed in making decisions. Dr. Joseph Chunga, however, said civil society organizations have the legitimate role to press government to act on issues that have a bearing on the livelihood of Malawians. The youth wing of Malawi Congress Party has urged members of parliament to lobby for increased funding for youth development activities in the next national budget. Parliament will discuss the next budget in May. Speaking on a rally, MCP Youth in Lumbadzi Doha, MCP National Youth Coordinator Felix Sambakusi said reduced funding to the Ministry of Youth is partly to blame for social problems affecting the youth, including unemployment and delinquency. At its February review meeting, Parliament slashed the budget of Ministry of Youth and Sports by 39%, which saw a change in figures from 1.7 billion to 651 million. The participation of the Malawi beach soccer team in an international tournament recently has opened new opportunities. The team has been invited to play some friendly matches with teams in South Africa and also United Arab Emirates. Malawi finished second at the Kosafa beach soccer tournament in Seychelles after losing to Madagascar 4-9. Let's now move to international news.
Like South Africa and visiting team from United Arab Emirates, who are already interested to play with us. Like South Africa has indicated they want to play with us at their backyard in July, and we'll discuss with our colleagues from United Arab Emirates to also play another friendly. And apart from that, from the onset, other teams, professional teams, are interested in 1 or 2 players from Malawi, which is a positive attribution.
Let's move on to international news. Somali's Islamist al-Shabaab militants are recruiting heavily in northeastern Kenya, according to the evidence gathered by the BBC. The recruitment marks a new tactic for al-Shabaab, underscoring fears voiced by Kenyan intelligence services and MPs. In one town alone, the BBC has learnt of 26 young men whose disappearance was reported to police because they were suspected to have joined the militants. Al-Shabaab attacked a Kenyan university 2 weeks ago, killing 150 people. With that, we end this edition of news. As we go, another look at the headlines. African Union condemns xenophobic attacks in South Africa. One Malawian reportedly killed as government moves to evacuate Malawians from South Africa amid xenophobic attacks. Political analyst questions CSO's tendency of giving government ultimatums on social and political issues. And in sports, participation of Malawi beach soccer team in international tournaments opens new opportunities. Well, that's all we had in this edition. I am Robert Kalua. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon.